Hello everyone. Yeah, I just thought do a topic about the history of the sort of like analog to digital format discs that came out back in the latter part of the 20th to 21st century, and see how it is, portrayed by other formats of the time and streaming services and all that. And yeah, and also based on popularity, how much it sold, and so forth, and all that sort of stuff, etc., etc. So, starting from the beginning, in the 50s or 60s, they developed the capacitance electronic disc, or CDs, we call it for short. Looks like a vinyl record that's the size of 12 inches, and used a picked up stylus, a very special one, not like the ones we use on our vinyl players, but something similar, any kind of, you know, picked it up like picked up through the grooves of through some sort of electronic analog signal and all that, and kind of like create straight through our TVs, and voila, CD was born. And it was in development hell throughout the 60s and latter part of the 70s. It wasn't until other companies competing with them also developed Laserdisc after that in the late 70s, and also competed with CD at the time. And they only released like up to like nearly 50 titles, which the film studios got on top of because they were enthusiastic about the future of video home entertainment as we know it. And you know, you had VHS, you had Pneumatic, you had Betamax, you had it was everyone was spoiled for choice. And you know, obviously you want something you can hold in the hand, that you can take with you, and that was compact. And unfortunately, that's what beat, Laserdisc and the capacitance electronic disc. Unfortunately, it wasn't as popular. Also, feasibility and compatibility problems of it. But how it led up into the 90s with Laserdisc sponsoring by a lot of other film studios enthusiastic on the whole sort of like video CD or DVD, which it was slowly going from analog into digital at that point. And they were going from using styluses with the CD to lasers with pickup optical lasers that were based on gas ones at the time, but they later based it more on digital sources like the CD, which we know came out in the 80s. But I'm talking about the video one format. This is how advanced it got. It was doing all the same similar sort of functions that you can think of like a DVD would. And it was only by the time we did the late 90s when you had Star Wars Special Edition, all that coming out, and sponsors in the early 2000s, DVDs became advanced. CD, unfortunately, gave up the ghost in the 80s or 90s, I think, but it wasn't until 2009 that Laserdisc gave up the ghost as well, as they had dumped the format in 2009. So, it was all happening, man, it was all happening. Even today, what is its relevance now? It's now competing with streaming services, you know it, everything. I mean, check it out, all the references on Wikipedia and stuff. I can go on ages, but I'm going to leave it at that. And let your imagination get the picture. And that'll be enough for me. Till the next time, ciao for now.